Hey everybody, good morning and welcome back to the channel. As much as we love scuba diving, we don't do this near enough, so I'm excited for today. Well, I've messed up. So we just got back from diving and I don't know how much footage I got. I don't know if you can tell on the camera or not, but I've shattered my GoPro. Today I'm getting up very early because I'm going to do something that I absolutely love to do and I haven't had a chance to do it this year. My dad and I are driving about an hour away to Lake Tenkiller and we're going scuba diving for the first time this year. This is probably going to be the only time we're going to be able to this year because the weather's starting to cool down. So before summer ends, we wanted to get out there and get at least one dive in. We've got everything packed up. And got our tanks in here. We each have 2 tanks. Oh, and our wetsuits. But we each got 2 tanks, so we should be able to do 2 dives today. As much as we love scuba diving, we don't do this near enough, so I'm excited for today. All right, this is where we're gonna dive from. It gets hot very quickly in these. Well, I've messed up. So we just got back from diving, and I don't know how much footage I got. I don't know if you can tell on the camera or not, but I've shattered my GoPro. Apparently, you can only take this GoPro 33 feet without a protective covering on it. And I thought it could go a lot deeper than that, and we went down to, I think the deepest we went was 65 feet, and it shattered. There's water all in it. It's a goner. Hopefully the SD card is still good and I can get the footage that is on it to show you guys, but dang it. Now I gotta buy me a new GoPro. All right, so it's the next day and I have a little bit of time left over, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull these slats out from up underneath my bed, and I've got this punk with me. Say hi, Cameron.
Hi, Cameron.
Anyway, I have these slats up underneath my mattress. I think I'm going to pull them out and paint them, and then paint the area up underneath my garage. I'm going to paint it white just so it looks a little nicer. I figured since I have a little bit of time here, this would be an easy thing to get done. Are you ready, Camo?
Yes.
All right. Well, it looks like we have some storms moving in, so that's good. However, I'm gonna need these boards to dry very quickly. Luckily, there's a pretty good breeze blowing through right now, so it hasn't been taking them very long to dry. All right, so I got this top board painted, and then I've got this side over here painted. The floor, I'm going to be putting some kind of a mat down to make that look a little bit nicer, so ignore the paint that I have on the floor there. But I think painting this area makes it look a little bit better. This side over here, I'm going to have to take my inverter down and take all the wiring down. I'm going to take all of this down and then paint this wall and then this front wall right here. And then once I get the mat down, the garage area will be complete. I'm going to do all of that, take all that down when the temperatures get a little bit cooler and it's not so hot out here, to make it a little bit more bearable out here whenever I do all that. So I'll get all that done later. I've gone back and forth on trying to decide if I wanted to paint underneath my bed or not, and I think it makes it look a little bit better. However, I definitely should have done this before I had my water system in, my electrical system in, and all that. It would have made it a whole lot easier. The two sides, the side where my water tank is and the electrical side, I'm not going to worry about painting those, but the garage area I'm going to be looking in quite a bit, so I thought I would paint it to make it look a little nicer. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my bed back in here, get the slats in, my mattress in, make my bed, and then relax for the rest of the evening. Well, I didn't have time to get a whole lot done on the van, but at least I got half of the garage space painted, so I'm happy with that. I had a really good time scuba diving with my dad. We don't do that near as often as I would like. We only got to dive once this year, and more than likely we're not going to get a chance to before the weather starts turning cold. Last year I actually went scuba diving in the ocean for the first time. I posted a short video of that. We got to do a shipwreck dive, and it was amazing. I loved it. I'll post a few clips up on the screen so you all can see that. Diving in the ocean and then diving in the lakes here do not compare. The ocean you can see so far out in front of you, and the lakes you can maybe see, this time, sometimes you can see 20, 25 feet maybe. This time it was a little murkier than the past times that I've been. This time was probably about 10 to 15 feet of visibility, but I still loved it. It was still fun. It is a bummer that my GoPro, can't really see it all that well. I can turn it on and there's a red light that comes on the front, but nothing else will come on. It is definitely a goner. I was hoping that it would turn completely on after all the water dried out, and there's no water in the screen anymore. There's no water in it anymore, and it won't come on at all. So that's alright. I was planning on upgrading my GoPro anyway, so this just forces me to do that a little bit sooner than I was intending. I think that's where I'm going to end it this week. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I have heard that this week is the last week with the hot temperatures. Next week we're supposed to have highs in the 70s and 80s, and the lows could get down in the 40s by the end of next week, they're saying, which is amazing. I'm so excited for that. But anyway, thanks again so much for watching this. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next Thursday.